everyone. Welcome back to After Dark. I am your host, Laura B. Today, we are on the fifth episode of the Casey Anthony series, and we will have just one more episode to go next week. Last week, we discussed Casey giving law enforcement a runaround when it came to where the nanny lived and her employment at Universal, so much so that she was arrested for child neglect and obstructing an investigation. The second charge is because they knew she was lying through her teeth about almost everything. What confirmed it for them was the phone calls from friends, ex-boyfriends, and family members that started flooding the phone lines at the police station after they had been running around with Casey all day listening to her bullshit. While Casey was sitting in jail, hundreds of people had heard about Kaylee and were out searching for her. On Casey's first day in jail, she spoke to 3 people on the phone. She cried and was just beside herself with grief and asked for any and all updates on Kaylee. Okay, that last sentence was a lie. That's what any and every other mother in the world would do. Not Casey, though. She had more important things to worry about, such as her boyfriend of 2 months' phone number. I'll play that call for you now.
Hello? Hello, this is a free call from Casey. An inmate from the Orange County Correctional Center. For a rate quote, press 7. To accept this free call, press 0. To obtain a customer service, this call is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel Link. Casey? Mom. Hey, sweetie.
Oh, I just saw your nice little cameo on TV.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Which one? I did 4 different ones, and I don't know. I haven't seen them all. I've only seen 1 or 2 so far.
You don't know what my involvement is and stuff?
Casey.
Mom.
What?
No.
I don't know what your involvement is, sweetheart. You're not telling me where she's at.
Because I don't fucking know where she's at. Are you kidding me?
Casey, don't waste your call.
No.
Scream and holler at me.
Waste my call sitting in, the jail?
Whose fault
where bunks are?
Whose fault is you're sitting in the jail? You're blaming me that you're sitting in the jail?
Not
Blame
my
yourself
fault.
for telling lies. You mean it's not your fault? What do you mean it's not your fault, sweetheart? If you'd have told them the truth and not lied about everything, they wouldn't.
Do me a favor, just tell me what Tony's number is. I don't want to talk to you right now. Forget it.
I don't have his number.
We'll get it from Lee because I know Lee's at the house. I saw Mallory's car was out front. It was just on the news. They were just live outside the house.
I know they were.
Well, can you get Tony's number for me so I can call him?
Hey,
Hey, can you give me Tony's number?
I can do that. I don't know what real good it's going to do you at this point.
Well, I'd like to talk to him anyway.
Okay.
Because I called to talk to my mother, and it's a fucking waste. Oh, by the way, I don't want any of you coming up here when I have my first hearing for bond and everything else. Like, don't even fucking waste your time coming up here.
You know, you're making it real tough for anybody to want to try to, even if she was giving you somebody's phone number. You're not even letting me finish. Like, I really...
Go ahead.
You're asking me for Tony's phone number so you can call him, and then you immediately want to start cussing towards me and saying, don't even worry about coming up here for all this stuff and trying to cut us out.
I'm not trying to cut anybody out.
I'm not going around and around with you. You know, that's pretty pointless. I'm not going to put everybody else through the same stuff that you've been putting the police and everybody else through for the last 24 hours and the stuff you've been putting Mom through for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I'm done with that. So you can tell me what's going on. Christina would love to talk to you because she thinks that you will tell her what's going on. Frankly, we're going to find out. Whatever's going on, it's going to be found out. So why not do it now?
There's nothing to find out. There's absolutely nothing to find out. And that's even what I told the detective.
Well, you know, everything
I have
you keep telling
no
them
clue where
is a
Kaylee is.
lie.
If I knew where Kaylee was, do you think any of this would be happening? No.
Anyway, you only got a couple minutes with us, so I'm not going to let you completely waste it. Here's Christina. She thinks she can get through.
No, I want Tony's number. I'm not talking to anybody else. Hello? Hi, I'm glad everybody's at my house. I'll have to call you later. I'll have to call somebody to get your number. Do me a favor, get my brother back because I need Tony's number. Okay, is there anything I can do for you? I'm sitting in jail. There's nothing anybody can do right now. Well, I'm just trying to do... Oh, I know you are, honey. I absolutely know that you are, and I appreciate everything that you're trying to do, but I'd like to call Tony. He's not at my house, is he? No, okay. No, it's just me and your parents and Lee. Okay, well, can you do me a favor and get my brother back or get the number from him, please? Does Tony have anything to do with Kaylee? No. Nothing. Okay, so why do you want to talk to Tony? You probably don't want to tell me, do you? Huh? You probably don't want to tell me, do you? I didn't hear what you said. I said, does Tony have anything to do with Kaylee? No, Tony had nothing to do with Kaylee. Oh, so why do you want to talk to him? You probably don't want to tell me. He's my boyfriend, and I want to actually try to sit and talk to him because I didn't get a chance to talk to him earlier because I got arrested on a fucking whim today. Because they're blaming me for stuff that I never would do, that I didn't do. Okay. Well, I'm on your side, you know that, right? Honey, I know that. I just want to talk to Tony, get a little bit of... Casey, you have to tell me if you know anything about Kaylee. Sweetheart, if anything happens to Kaylee, Casey, I'll die. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby. Oh my God, calling you guys, waste, huge waste. Honey, I love you. You know I would not let anything happen to my daughter. If I knew where she was, this wouldn't be going on. Well, how come everybody's saying you're lying? Because nobody's fucking listening to anything that I'm saying. The media completely misconstrued everything that I said. The fucking detectives told them fucking bullshit. They got all of their information from me, yet at the same time, they're twisting stuff. They've already said they're going to pin this on me if they don't find Kaylee. They've already said that. Well, they arrested me because they said that... Yeah, because they said that the person that you dropped Kaylee with doesn't even exist. Because, oh, look, they can't find her in the Florida database. She's not just from Florida. If they would actually listen to anything that I would have said to them, they would have had their lead.
I'm sure you all cringed when her friend Christine is crying and saying, if anything happens to Kaylee, I'll die. And Casey said, calling you guys was a waste. The audacity this girl has is mind-blowing. Does she even listen to herself? Christine was showing the emotions that Casey should have been showing all along. Instead, she acted like everyone talking about Kaylee was a bother to her. On July 17th, a lawyer named Jose Baez received a message from his secretary about a potential client in Orange County Jail who wanted to meet with him. Casey had heard about him from some of the other inmates in the jail. She said, quote, "It kind of happened at random in booking. I heard a couple of people talking about an attorney. His name came up and I said, if he's good, can you do me a favor and pass my name along? It was an inmate and there were 3 other people who confirmed it." End quote. Here is what Jose Baez said about the first time he met Casey. Quote, "I saw this tiny, attractive, hip-looking girl with short, dark hair and greenish eyes in her early 20s. She was no more than 5 foot tall, weighing 105 pounds soaking wet, and looked totally out of place in jail. She wasn't your typical inmate. She was dressed in jail blues, but very well kept. Most of my clients, both male and female, are a little rougher around the edges, more streetwise. That was not Casey. In this business, you mostly run through people who have been through the system. They're much more hardened. I could see Casey was a first-timer." End quote. We know it cost $5,000 to retain Jose Baez. We also know Casey didn't have a dime to her name. There are rumors as to how she paid him, but because they are just rumors, I'm not going to include them. It is a fact, however, that Jose Baez made a deal for Casey with ABC to sell them Kaylee's pictures for $200,000. So maybe that's how she paid Baez. In the meantime, the forensics team was working hard going over all the evidence that they had collected. Crime scene investigator Geraldo Bloise was looking through and processing the Sunfire, plus the bag of items that Cindy had removed from the car. They also retrieved the bag of trash that had been left in the trunk all that time from Johnson's tow yard. Casey's car had been sealed. When Bloise opened the passenger side door, he was hit with the smell of decomposition. On the front seat of the car were a brown belt, sunglasses, and a black CD case. Kaylee's car seat was in the right rear passenger seat. The horrible smell was the worst in the trunk. Someone had put a dryer sheet in there to mask the smell, but it didn't work. The trunk had obviously been vacuumed recently. There was a stain on the right side. There was dirt residue throughout the trunk. Bloise cut 2 pieces from the spare tire particle board cover to test the stain. There were 15 hairs found in the trunk. One of the hairs was consistent with Kaylee's. It was tested against the hair in her hairbrush, and they were a match. The root wasn't present, so they couldn't test using DNA. However, mitochondrial testing confirmed it came from a female member of the Anthony family. It was also untreated hair, so that rules out Casey and Cindy. It had to be Kaylee's. On this hair, according to the forensic specialist with the FBI, there appeared to be death banding on it. The dark banding means it came from a decomposing body. Dr. Arpad Voss did another kind of test that was rather new at the time. He conducted an odor analysis from Casey Anthony's trunk. He compiled 424 compounds that were associated with the process of decomposition, found 41 of these compounds in the air of Casey's trunk. All of the 41 compounds found were said to be found during the early stages of decomposition. There were also large amounts of chloroform found in the trunk. After everything from the car was bagged and sealed, Jason Forge and his cadaver dog, Juris, were brought in. Juris circled the car once before aggressively trying to get into it. When the car door was open, Juris jumped in and tried to get to the trunk from the back seat. Juris jumped out of the car, circled around it once more, and alerted at the trunk again. He even tried to jump in the trunk. Dogs are a good resource to use, but not always accurate. They brought in another dog to double-check Juris, and he alerted in the same spots, and also to Kaylee's playhouse in the backyard and near the patio of the house. The hair and carpet samples were sent to the FBI lab in Quantico, along with DNA samples from everyone in the Anthony home plus Lee. Dr. Neil Haskell, professor of forensic science, examined samples from the trash bag that had been recovered from the trunk. The presence of coffin flies was found in the trunk of the car and in the trash bag. 15 to 20 adult flies were found, and there were larvae, especially on paper towels found in the trash bag. They determined the paper towels had been used to wipe up some decompositional fluid. Blowflies are the first to show up in a decomposing body. A blowfly leg was found attached to a paper towel from the trash bag. According to Dr. Haskell, quote, as the body continues through decomposition, blowflies lose interest and other insects move in, end quote. He said these findings indicate that a small child had been in the trunk and removed after decomposing there for a few days. Next, Casey had to see a psychiatrist. She met with Dr. Danziger. His initial evaluation of her was mood good, reading books, calm, no feelings of guilt, not hopeless, sleeping fine, appetite okay, energy okay, and surprisingly cheerful. Next, Dr. Danziger gave Casey an MMDI test. It is a psychological test that accesses personality traits and psychopathology. The test is normally given to people who are suspected of having a mental health disorder. They were trying to figure out if the way Casey was acting was just a defense mechanism or if she possibly did have a mental health disorder. It was questioned whether she had a narcissistic personality disorder. Dr. Danziger replied with, quote, "She likes to be liked. She wants approval. She really likes to focus certain things on herself. Having narcissistic qualities is not the same as having a narcissistic personality disorder." The test came back normal. She had no mood disorder, no eating disorder, and no anxiety or substance abuse disorders. She was also given the TSI test, which stands for Trauma Symptom Inventory. It also came back normal. As far as anyone could tell, Casey had no mental health disorders that could be found in their testing. Maybe if they had a test for a narcissistic, pathologically lying piece of shit mother, they would have gotten a positive test result. On July 22nd, Casey appeared in court for her bond hearing. Yuri Melich told the judge about Casey's lies and what the cadaver dogs had responded to. Cindy, George, and Lee were also in court that day. They went before the judge and told him what a good mother Casey was and that they would post bond for her if she was unable to do so. Here is Cindy's statement to the judge. Quote, "I know Casey as a person. I know what she is as a mother. I know there are only one or two reasons why Casey would be withholding something about Kaylee. And I believe it's something someone is holding over her and threatening her in some way." End quote. Cindy went from telling Casey she was an unfit mother to telling the judge how wonderful she was. I wonder where Casey learned her actions from. Bond that day was set at $500,000, which means Casey needed $50,000 to get out of jail. If she did bond out, she would have to wear an ankle monitor, surrender her passport, and be evaluated by 2 psychiatrists, which she had already done. The Anthonys, however, didn't have the $50,000 to get her out, so she stayed in jail for the time being. It became a circus around the Anthony house. Media and angry protesters demanded to know where Kaylee was, were surrounding the house day and night. There have been several photos released showing George and Cindy outside in front of their house arguing with people. Cindy told a reporter that she thought Kaylee was alive and that Casey was doing what she had to protect her child. Cindy is in La La Land. She has to know by now that Casey only does what she has to protect herself. George, however, seemed to see what is going on for a little more than Cindy does. He requested to meet with detectives on July 24th without Cindy. Here is what he said to detectives. Quote, "Where this is leading, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about that. But I had bad vibes the very first day when I got that car. I can be straight with you guys, and I hope it stays within the confines of us 3. I don't want to believe that I have raised someone, brought someone into this world that could do something to another person. I don't want to believe that. And if it happens, all I can do is ask that you guys please call me so I can prepare my wife because it's going to kill her." End quote. It seems George had a feeling that Kaylee wasn't coming home and that Casey had something to do with it. Maybe Cindy did also, but she would never admit it. George wanted to do whatever possible to protect his wife. On July 25th, the Anthonys visited Casey. They knew at this point she had done something with or to Kaylee. They were on eggshells trying to make sure they didn't upset her and hoped she would tell them something. I'm going to play that phone call for you now.
Hi. Sweetie, we've been watching you for so long. You haven't?
I love you.
I love you too. Hi.
We've been seeing you sitting down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was talking with one of the doctors.
We forgive anything that you've said
Oh,
or done.
Hold on. Can we turn the volume down? Yeah, you can probably hear it. My head's gonna explode. I haven't said anything. Don't worry.
It is kind of loud.
Yeah, okay. Is that better?
Casey,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Sure. Just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay,
That's good, honey.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just talked to Lee.
I know. He told us.
Yeah, we got cut off within our last minute, but we at least got a chance to cover a lot of stuff in our hour, so.
That's good.
What's that T-shirt? I didn't get a chance to ask him, other things
Kaylee's picture's on the back.
Is it? Can Dad show me the shirt?
Yeah, turn around so you can see. It's the Never Lose Hope Foundation. Do you see it?
I can see part
picture?
of it, yeah.
Have you seen me? And then it has the information on how to contact.
Okay.
Casey, you don't realize the whole United States is looking for our Kaylee.
I know that, Mom.
Her cover's going to be on People magazine in a few days.
Okay.
Everybody is looking for her.
Good.
Everybody is looking for her. Are we going to be able to find her, do you think?
I hope we can, Mom. Now, I didn't get a chance to ask Lee.
Can you look up a little bit more? Raise your eyes up a little bit. There you go. So now, look straight up so I can look into your eyes, darling. Thank you. I need to do that. It's okay to cry, Casey. It's all right, love. We've all been crying. Casey, I want to ask you just a couple questions.
Good.
I know the pictures with Kaylee in Zanny's apartment. Is Zanny's apartment the one with the drums?
She had a drum set, yes.
The one in the picture.
I think there were even other pictures. I told Lee to look through everything.
Okay, is that Zanny's apartment? Because I know whose apartment it is. Is it Zanny's apartment?
That exact apartment, no, that was Ricardo's apartment. It was set up a lot like Zanny's apartment.
Okay. Do we have any pictures of Zanny's apartment?
Lee and I already talked about this. I don't know. It could be on the disc at home. I don't know.
I can't get into your,
I gave Lee everything already. I gave Lee all of the passwords, everything we could possibly think of all over again.
I want to get some video clips off Kaylee because the video clip with Grandpa is really helping people. Still pictures don't show.
No, they don't show her personality.
Right, and we need to show her personality, so I need to make sure we get that password.
Yeah, I gave Lee the password.
Please look up, sweetheart. I need to see your eyes.
I want to be able to look at you guys, too. I can't look at you and look at the camera.
Well, you don't have to look at the camera. Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Okay.
You're sitting very low.
I know.
Your head's about this much in the TV.
Okay. Do you think Sandy's acting by herself, or does she have help?
I don't know, Mom. I haven't been able to talk to anybody. I don't know. I'm hoping that if there's people involved, there's as many people that are dumb enough to open their mouths and see something as possible. But, Mom, I have nothing to go off of at the moment. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Jose and I go over this every time we talk, and things that Lee told me today, I'm extremely aggravated about because I haven't gotten a single letter. Nothing that you've given him has gotten back to me.
I've only given him my letter. I don't think I've given him Annie's letter yet.
Well, I got 2 letters that were sent directly to the jail, but nothing that's been given to him has been given to me.
Well, he can't hand anything to you. Did you read anything in my writing?
I read the one little note, yes, but Lee said that he's written letters and he's written other stuff.
Okay, well, then the one little note that I wrote
He did show me.
get it. Okay, that's
Okay.
the only note that I've given. So don't
Well,
lose
according
total
to
faith.
Lee, I'm not losing faith. I'm just going to have a lot of questions for him when I see him hopefully
That's
later
fine.
today.
You want to have questions for him.
I have a lot of questions, and I'm going to ask you something that he told me. I guess
Okay.
there's a lady that came forward on the news. Her and her son were at the airport, said that they saw Kaylee, spoke to Kaylee.
Right, and she said her name was Kaylee Marie Anthony.
Do you have any more information on that?
Yes. But again, the sheriff's department's telling us they're fully investigating that.
Well, I want someone outside of the sheriff's department looking into these things. I mean, I want Lee to look into stuff. I want you guys to look into stuff. I want Jose to look into stuff. I don't
Well,
just want...
we're trying to request those videotapes from the Orlando airport.
Okay.
I was with Jose today when he requested that.
Okay. Have you spoken to her yourself?
Oh, she contacted me. She calls
Okay.
me every day, 3 or 4 times a day.
Okay, good. Well, that's what I wanted to know. I don't want just one person running
Start over. I don't know if they'll allow us or not.
Okay.
Oh.
Are they?
Okay, that's what he said. Okay. Okay. All right. Do you want to speak to your father now?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, gorgeous, how you doing?
I look like hell.
Well, you know something? You really need to keep your spirit high for all this.
I haven't been crying while I've been in here.
Well, you know
Trying to read
something?
books and do other things to keep my mind off of stuff.
Well, you know, I want to be able to reach out and hug you and give you the big Papa Joe hug. But you know, we got to get that little girl back any way we can, and we're doing everything we can.
My only concern, I gave Lee a statement. I want him to speak to whoever in the media, give them a statement specifically from me. He's going to give them an exact quote. She's my only concern. Next to Kaylee, it's you guys. That's my only concern.
Can I ask you something? Is there any particular city that you took Kaylee to at all? Any particular friend?
I haven't, no.
It's been mostly just local?
It's been local. It's all been local. The last time I was in Jacksonville was in March. I haven't left the city.
Well, you know,
Sorry,
everyone is
I've been
doing...
going to Cocoa Beach one time back in maybe May. I know everyone's looking. I'm
Yeah,
getting updates from Jose or from an occasional officer in here will give me just a little bit of the media that they've stomached watching.
Well, have you had a chance to read a paper or see the news?
I'm staying away from the TVs. They don't even have the TV on in here for news purposes. I haven't seen the paper or anything like that.
Okay, Mom wants to talk to you in a second.
Oh, God.
Listen, I'm in front of the cameras all the time. What message do you want me to give to Zanny and to Kaylee? What do you want me to tell Zanny?
That she needs to return Kaylee.
What do you think her reasons are?
Mom, I don't know.
Okay.
I forgive her. My only concern is that Kaylee comes back to us, and she's smiling, and she's happy, and that she's okay.
Okay. What do you want me to tell Kaylee?
That Mommy loves her very much. And she's the most important thing in this entire world to me. And to be brave. Hold on.
Cindy is just oblivious at this point if she still believes that Zanny is real. George already knows. That's why he was being so quiet. On July 29th, the prosecutor offered Bias a deal of limited use immunity for his client, Casey Anthony. This means Casey's statements would not be used against her in court, but could be used to find evidence, which the evidence could then be used against her. However, if she lied in court, the immunity would be taken off the table and they could use the lies against her during cross-examination. Nothing more ever came of this deal. I think Bias knew that there was no way Casey could tell the truth. Everyone was still looking for Kaylee. Cindy had called Texas EquiSearch to come and help. Then on August 11th, 2008, Roy Crunk, a meter reader for Orange County, stumbled upon something in the woods, a half a mile from the Anthony's home. He had stopped to relieve himself and in the process spotted a bag partially submerged in water. Next to it was a small white object that looked like a human skull. He came out of the woods, got in his truck, and called 911. He wasn't sure if anyone had gone to check it out, so he called again the next day, on August 12th, and told them the same thing as the day before. Still, nothing happened. On August 13th, Roy called again and asked to have a deputy meet him there. When the deputy responded, he started to make his way down into the woods, but he slipped in some mud, so he said he wasn't going any further. Roy said he was about 6 feet from the bag when he stopped and came back to the road. He then berated Roy Crunk and told him that he was wasting the county's time. This officer was later fired for negligence. So after 3 attempts to get someone out there and then to be belittled like he was, Roy gave up, at least for a while. On August 14th, 2008, Casey has another visit with George and Cindy. I'll play part of that for you now.
Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful. I love you.
Hi, I love you too. Why is she crying already?
Because we haven't seen you.
I know. Hey, hold on 1 second. Miss Baker. Oh, where'd she go? I'm gonna try to get them to turn this up a little bit. Go ahead.
So how's your day starting out so far?
I was asleep.
Well,
So it's alright. I woke up at 5, stayed up for about an hour, and then went back to bed for a little bit. So my eyes are red. I'm tired.
okay. So what else is going on with you?
Nothing. The usual. Just, I guess, waiting around. Those are new shirts. I like those.
Yes, those are. The Never Lose Hope Foundation did these for us, so.
I like those a lot. Those are really nice.
Yeah, those are really sweet. Really, really sweet. Can
I-
you read what they say?
Fly home, baby, and I don't see the bottom.
This is Fly Home, Baby, we miss you.
Those are nice shirts. I like those.
Well, let me have you speak to Mom, okay? Now she's right here. She's pulling at the phone. Hold on.
Alright. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Mom. Oh. It only lasted a minute. How are you feeling? We're not doing well, Case. None of us. Lee's been sick. Dad's blown up at the media. Yeah, I heard.
Well, someone just said that Kaylee was dead this morning, that she drowned in the pool. That's the newest story out there.
Surprise, surprise.
Oh, it's very hard.
Oh, yeah, trust me, I know that. Someone just sent me some of the stuff that's been online, comments that people have been leaving off of certain articles, I guess, that have been written, and it was very upsetting last night to see that.
Oh, yes, you know, it's terrible, Casey. Getting hate mail, threatening letters.
Well, I haven't gotten
Phone
anything like
messages.
that, thankfully. All of the letters that I've gotten have been positive. Even the letter that she had attached was still very positive. Everyone's certain that she's okay, offering help. A couple people have said that they've called and talked to Dad or have left him messages. So,
We need to have something to go on.
Mom, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I've been here a month. I've been here a month today. Do you understand how I feel? I mean, do you really understand how I feel in this? I'm completely out of the loop with everything. The only information I get is when I see my attorney. That's it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I have nothing to go on. Every day I have to sit here and wait and wonder. I wonder if something's going on. I'm wondering if there's something new.
Did Jose ask you about which one of us you'd want to meet with?
Yeah, I wanted to see Dad. I mean, I want to see everybody, but I had to choose, and I wanted to see Dad.
All right. Well, then here, talk to your dad.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey.
Hey, listen, I want you to know, you are the boss through this whole thing, okay?
Well, no, I'm not anymore, Dad. I haven't been since I got
Oh,
here.
yes. Oh, yes, you are. You are the... Think of this for a second.
Dad, I've been...
Listen,
Listen,
okay, listen, no,
I've been
just listen to
thinking
me
about
just for one
this.
moment. Okay, just listen to me for 1 second, okay? Listen, think of you owning this conglomerate, this huge business. Jose is one of your employees, so is the sheriff's department, so is the FBI, so am I, so is Lee, so is Mom. You know, we're all working with you. And if for some reason something's not being said or being done, you can make a change. You're the one that
Dad,
can say, listen.
I've told Jose. No, I've given him the information to give you guys. We've given the information. You guys have given everything to the police. They're not helping us. It's obvious. We know their intentions. So I'm sorry. I've helped in every way that I possibly can since the day I got here.
Okay,
They
well, let me
didn't even give me 24 hours to help them, the police, without putting me here. So it's obvious where everybody's intentions lie. I know you guys want Kaylee. I want Kaylee more than anybody can understand, but I can't do anything. I can't do anything from where I'm at.
Okay, let me ask you this. If I can make some arrangements just to meet with you just one-on-one, just you and I, or Lee or Mom, would you be open to that? Because I can do it within a matter of just a few hours.
Dad, this was already discussed, and I already said yes.
Okay.
This was something that we had already discussed. Supposedly it was supposed to have already happened.
Well, there's been some...
I understand there's...
To change that. There's nothing been on my part to change that, or Mom's part, or your brother's part.
No, I understand that. It's not you guys.
I told these guys within an hour I can be ready. I want to hug you. I want to talk to you. Just you and I. You know?
Jose is making sure that I'm well aware of everything that's going on. He's keeping me completely updated on stuff, which I in every way appreciate because that's all I have to go off of with stuff.
I want you to realize something. Number one, or at least number 1.1 and number 1 should be you and Kaylee. That's the way it should be. It shouldn't be
it's split,
Jose,
Dad.
then you, then Kaylee, and everything else is falling in line. It's you know, it has to be you two, you know, you and your daughter. It's got to be the ones that's got to be focused on you.
Well, he's focusing on Kaylee and I. You guys are focusing on Kaylee. I know I'm still part of your focus, but she's your main focus, and I understand that. Dad, I know where everybody's priorities lie. I knew that the day that I got here.
Well, you know, just I bring up. Then again, I want to bring up this thing about you know, you being the boss. You're the one that can control everything. You're the one.
No, Dad. Please.
Sweetie. Okay,
I'm
not trying to get you upset. I'm trying to...
No, but I am upset now. I'm completely upset. One, the media's gonna have a freaking field day with this.
No,
I wasn't even supposed to take this. Let me speak for a second. Dad?
Me. Do you understand how I feel? All Casey cares about is how she feels, and she wants to play the victim. She has no concern for her missing 3-year-old. It's disgusting. And she says she helped the police? She lied from the first minute she talked to them. And they didn't give her even a day to help them? She had 31 days. And the pool story that her mom told her about stuck with her and will come up later. Around this time, Leonard Padilla, a Sacramento bounty hunter, had a secret meeting at an IHOP with Casey's legal team. He gave them a check for $50,000 to bail Casey out of jail. He thought that if he bailed her out, she would give him information that would lead to Kaylee. When she was released, she was sent to the Anthony home. Leonard was there waiting to get information from her. Here is how oblivious everyone in the Anthony family was to how much Casey Anthony was hated by the public. While Leonard was there were pizzas delivered to the Anthony's house five separate times. At first, he asked if they had ordered them, and Lee said yes. So Leonard started eating along with everyone else. Then when the third, fourth, and fifth were delivered, the Anthonys admitted they didn't order them. Leonard was pissed. He asked them if they thought this was a game. The most hated woman in the country receives 5 pizzas delivered to her house on the evening she is released from jail, and they don't think that they may have been poisoned? And if not poisoned, I'm sure they had a little something extra added to them, if you know what I mean. So as far as getting information from Casey, it was a bust. She made up a whole new story to tell Leonard. She said Zenaida held her down in a park while kidnapping Kaylee. She said she was given a list of things Zenaida wanted her to tell the police. Leonard became quite angry and realized Casey was never going to tell the truth. He told her, quote, "I didn't come 3,000 miles and leave my chihuahua to listen to this shit," end quote. Casey told him if he was going to talk to her like a cop, he could leave. He did, and she never seen him again. Later, however, Padella's head of security, Robert Dick, did an interview. He said while he was at the Anthony house that day with Padella, Casey was talking to him, and she said, quote, "I didn't know I was going to become a celebrity. Maybe I should start selling autographed pictures of myself," end quote. The nerve of this girl is sickening. Casey's newfound freedom wouldn't last long, though. Within a week of being released, she was back in jail. Her good friend, Amy Huizinga, pressed charges against Casey for check fraud. Just a note, during the few days she was out of jail, she made no attempts to find her daughter. Surprise, surprise. In October, the prosecution took the evidence they had to the grand jury. 2 hours later, they charged Casey with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, aggravated manslaughter of a child, and 4 counts of providing false information. And this is where we're going to stop for today. Next week, we will get into the trial and the outcome of the trial. I will be back next week. Everybody have a great week and take care and stay safe.